Well, Cuphead and his pal Mugman, they like to roll the dice. By chance they came upon a devil's game, and gosh, they paid the price. Paid the price. And now they're fighting for their lives on a mission fraught with dread. And if they proceed but don't succeed, well, the devil will take their heads.
and I forgot to add the ears and stuff, so I'm just gonna do that now as I'm talking. So what I did last week, I still kind of felt unmotivated, but what I did was really focusing on some characters. I looked at creating a elderly character and how I could do that. Their face is more saggy, their eyes are very small compared to the other characters, but I feel like maybe with their like ears, I guess, the bottom part could be a little bit larger and like saggier and longer, just to kind of show that they have aged as well. I like a couple of the, I like a couple of the characters that I did with the punk look to them. I also quite like the hippie looking people, just because I like the tassels and the necklaces that they might have and some of the jumper qualities to it. I added some more clothing to one of my characters, or one of the characters that I'm more focusing on. I don't know what her name is, but I don't know. I added a jumper on her, so she looks a little bit more like either hippie-ish or like preppy looking. You know Olivia Lyon? She reminds me of her in some sort of way, and the other character, Jane, reminds me a lot of Daisy, just because the short hair probably and what she wears. So I think I've taken inspiration from my friends. Even though I haven't seen them, I'm thinking about them. This week I'd like to try and get more of a final look to them, I guess. Maybe I want to do a couple watercolour paintings of them, because I'd be able to get the colours that I've kind of given to them digitally. I really like the look of them digitally, and I like the lineless look of them, or like the lines to be at least a bluey or a teal or an aqua kind of colour, to try and define what's what from where. But from this illustration, it's more very lineless, faceless. I can't remember what artist it reminds me of, but there's an artist who does faceless characters, and that it's really nice, block colours as well. So maybe I could do it with acrylic paint. It feels so weird because it doesn't feel like we should be on week 6. And I don't know, I haven't even... So this week on my planning sheet it says that I should start to find a final outcome for the main characters and environments. For the environments, I feel like I could take a couple shots from outside and use them and combine them digitally, because I quite like the look of the characters digitally. I feel like I could do more of a straight kind of line art background and have the characters as the main focus. So, you know, with my watercolour environments that I did earlier on, I could try and do that and get that look so it isn't as crowded, and so it kind of looks like there's more of a refined palette to the colours and it would look less harsh on the eyes. But of course I'm gonna have to try that out. But I need to start to find a final outline, which I feel like I have for my characters, but it's for the environments and characters that I'm thinking of. Some cleanups drawing wise, maybe some facial expressions for the characters, which I have started on. I've done a page each for them, doing side profiles and some expressions and stuff, but you know, it isn't really anything special. It's more things like what do they look like when they're happy or angry or whatever, you know, stuff like that. But trying to find a good balance between the environment and how that should look, and the characters. I want to try and find that perfect difference between them. The characters would be more colourful and might have a thicker line around the outside of them, but then again that could look maybe a bit too cartoony and not really for my audience. I'd have to experiment with a whole bunch of stuff. I think my character work is going okay, and I'm continuing to develop them and just kind of draw them over and over again in what I kind of like to see as an illustrative sort of sense. I kind of do multiple illustrations of them and see how they turn out, because I might find a way to draw them easier, or just to, I don't know, make them look better. It is hard, but I like the challenge of it. I just added fins to the faceless illustration, and it makes so much difference just having the fins and stuff. But I did save one without the fins. So I'm going to do a watercolour painting of both of them together or separate, or, you know, just to try and get the colours in a traditional sort of sense, because I can just kind of copy and paste the colours from work to work on digital, but trying to get the digital colours on traditional, it's harder to do. I'm looking a bit more hopeful. I think the fact that I have some more characters and some more ideas on how they could look and stuff like that, just even drawing them out basically with different emotions and in different positions and stuff, I think that's just given me a wee bit more confidence with how to draw them and how I could take this project, because I could just use this digital illustration and do a really detailed background. That could be a snapshot in itself, that would be quite good, but it's something that I don't know. I think it's definitely easier to say that you're going to do things and then just not do them. But hopefully following this sheet, it says that next week I should do some development sheets with photos from the whole process and starting to put characters and environments, and that's when my snapshots should be kind of roughly drawn up and lined maybe. You know, it is what it is. Things change. I had to go into characters more last week, which did really help me develop how I wanted them to look, and it gave me a wee bit more confidence in making characters for this. It's giving me more of the world. The two characters, I think I'm going to stick with the two characters and try and develop them more, and just have some of the other characters as maybe background, so they aren't as detailed or like they aren't as focused with. I'd have to see what happens when I put them together in some sort of environment. I need to think about what environment they could be in. I'll see you in a couple days or something. It's only Monday today, 13th. Last week it's week 6.
Mr. King Dice. I'm the gamest in the land. I never play nice. I'm the devil's right-hand man. I can't let you pass, 'cause you ain't done everything. Bring me those contracts, come on, bring them to the king. If you haven't finished your class, haven't worked assiduously, no, I cannot let you pass. Don't you mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't mess with me. I'm Mr. King Dice. He just what I say. The devil has his price, and I'll make sure you pay. I don't have time to mess around, and I hope you will agree. Bring me those contracts pronto. Don't you mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't mess with me.
Hi, so I'm freaking out because I haven't done work for the past like two or so days, since you basically last saw a video clip or whatever. Because, oh my god, I don't know why, but I'm so unmotivated. I think it because I'm stuck inside, because I don't have anyone to talk to or hang out with or just have some sort of different setting. You can't go anywhere, so you can't like get out of it. But I'm in some sort of weird art block that I don't know. So I just went on Pinterest and I had a whole a big look at like a whole load of artwork there. So I found some environments that I want to experiment with, like a wall or a fence, some more outdoorsy environments rather than like inside, but I'm still gonna have a look at some of that. I looked at how other artists draw their characters like sat down in these certain environments, because I feel like I should have coloured the last digital character and environment that I did. It was the one of our hall, and I feel like I should have coloured it, otherwise it looks a bit shit to me. The other one I did traditionally is absolutely abysmal. Fucking terrible. The proportions are way off. I couldn't see how I could fix it, to be honest, so I just left it as it is, and I inked one side of it, but I just hate it a lot. So you'll be able to see that failure, and ever since that I kind of been like too scared to reattempt it, especially digitally, because when you do it digitally you can like select a body part and you can distort it and move it in all sorts of ways and make it look right, but I just didn't know what to do there. So I'm currently looking through my photos to see if I've taken any photos that I can use, not inside. So I found a couple, and I just want to do a couple digitally with characters and all of it coloured, to see if I could like maybe incorporate a different, easier style, like maybe not lineless, maybe just trying to get it more simpler and easier to draw for me. So I might do a couple or so pages of trying to draw it in a different kind of style, just to make it easier on myself, especially the environments, because what I've been doing for the environments is just like line drawing all the bits that I can see, but that obviously doesn't really work and doesn't really look that great, so we will see what's gonna happen, but I don't know what's gonna happen. It's freaking me out a bit, because I don't know what I'm gonna do. next week on the 20th, which is week 7, it says on my planning that I should do some development sheets of the characters and show the processes of developing them, and then some snapshots of the characters in environments, rough work, so I'm a little bit ahead of myself in that. I can create the development sheets, I could do different outfits for them and stuff, so I could just develop their character like that and draw them over and over. Include emotions in there, so I could do some emotions. I'm looking forward to do that, but I know that I want to get some environments and characters done before that, because then I'll feel better. I really want to ask my peers what I could do, but I want to ask the type of audience that I'm more looking for. So I'd have to ask like Daisy, Olivia, Leah, you know, Matt and stuff, just to see what their opinions are and what I could include, but I want to do that with a more environmental aspect acquired, and with some stuff that I find nice to look at and just good to see. So I'll try and do some, there it is. I want to try and do some environmental stuff like this now. I'll ask what my peers think, and then I'll leave it for today, because I'm getting really worked up about it.